Blake coming or no?
Yeah, says he's coming. Says he's on his way right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bachelor Science Podcast. I'm sitting here staring into the sun with Rob B.
I'm Rob B.
He's Rob B.
Bachelor Science, that's like where we figure out the exact ratio of wax to mix up to wax your gooch. You know,
That's exactly it. Well, that and like, you know, what kind of wax to, you know, smoke before you smoke your gooch.
Dude, I've been buying earwax on eBay, and I've just been selling it to people, telling them that it's dabs.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like fraud.
I mean, yeah, but it's also...
You can sell dabs on eBay?
It's an illegal... No, not on eBay. I've just been selling them. Been slinging them.
It's just slanging.
Just been slinging strangers' earwax. You kind of have to pick the hairs out first.
Right.
So it's challenging, but...
Make sure it's just gone. Yeah, it says we're going.
Sweet. I don't know where we're going.
I don't know where we're going either. I need to make a plan about this. Ha! I am in the chat. I am in the chat. Camera quality, pristine. Fantastic. Thank you, Kyle.
I wonder what kind of... I want to see what kind of ticket we could get doing a podcast over driving.
Dude, that'd be pretty crazy. I don't know who would do the...
You just have a microphone in your face.
I don't know who do the comments, you know?
Yeah. Well, we have to have, like, big, serious microphones, too. So it's like...
Yeah, like something like a big, mechanical arm with a crane sticking out of the cup holder.
It's, like, clearly a problem.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic as soon as we got pulled over.
Getting pulled over live, dude.
Dude, that'd be so good.
Hopefully it'd be one of those cops that, like, you know, they have to, like, scold,
oh, shit, Mike's here.
You.
All right, I am
Mike?
distracted. Yes.
Which Mike?
The good one.
I love that Mike.
Yeah, no, he's one of my favorites. Yep. Anywho, this doesn't look like it's working the way that I wanted it to. I guess I shouldn't expect to just pull up on a random pizza place and then just impose myself on these guys, but yeah, here we are. I mean, yeah, if they're gonna let me. I just wish that they're, oh wait, no, it's letting me post. The Wi-Fi is just good enough for me to participate while everybody else is participating. Holy crap.
Should we go inside and tell everyone to get off the Wi-Fi?
That's what we should do, yeah. Hey guys, enjoying yourselves. Enough Candy Crush for y'all. We're trying to make some serious moves.
I know you all are spending money and I haven't bought anything yet. But would you mind turning off your Wi-Fi?
Oh, Rob, Two Waters B. I don't know. You stoked to perform here on Friday?
Yeah, I'm really excited actually.
Yeah. Are you honored that, like, and maybe someone else was your designation on the poster?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
I saw the poster and I was like, I hope he's
wonder
talking
who
about
he's
me.
talking about. I wonder if it's me.
I was like, I think I had discussed
We
that.
have been hanging out a lot. I only blew him once. Sorry, babe. Anyway.
Yeah. He didn't do a good job either, so it doesn't really count.
Well, what Mike? Who blew you?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm looking at everything else. Yeah, ADHD, not a great quality for a host in a podcast recorded in an area that is outside.
The blushing is hard to disguise when you have alopecia.
This is true. Yeah. Am I blushing right now?
No.
That's sunburn, dude. Welcome. Hey, I got the Elvis mic. I think it sounds better. Kyle says hi, and Mike says Kyle Real sucks on cocks and dicks. This is quality entertainment, dude.
Cocks and dicks.
Yes, dude. Wait, can't hear Rob.
Usually those are mutually exclusive.
Rob, give me some.
Hello?
All right, you're coming through there.
You can't even see me.
Can't hear me?
Hold on, let's see how long the delay is. Well, the picture's not even moving, so.
Shit.
Hey, grab this.
It might be the... It's popping up there, though?
It's popping up there, though.
Huh.
I mean, regardless of what happens, it's like the live goes up so that people can see that I'm trying real hard, and then I'll go home and mix the shit.
And then release
And
it.
make it, yeah.
Yeah.
And what it does, this thing says that it's 4-channel. It's not 4-channel. It's 2 channels in stereo. So I got to go in and split them and then remix them. which usually involves like one person's too loud. Usually I am too quiet.
Yeah.
I'm using this stupid ass noise canceling microphone.
It's such a sneaky sales tactic to
What?
call it 4-channel.
Oh yeah. Well, no, they're technically right.
Yeah,
They're technically
exactly,
right.
Technically.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take it. I don't know.
I don't know. When you say 4-channel, like I think, well, I mean, it is asking a lot from this little fucking gizmo. I'll give you that, but
Yeah, but it's 2023, dude. That thing's
But
like
yeah,
8
when I
times
s-
bigger than a phone. That thing should be able to take me to space.
yeah, like when I see or when I hear 4-channel, I think 4 stereo.
Yeah. Well,
It's what comes
but
to
yeah,
mind.
but four stereo is 8 channels.
Technically.
When I think podcast, I
But
don't think
people
like
record
I
shit
hope
in
somebody's talking on the left and the right of me.
yeah,
oh, shit.
but I don't
Forgot
know.
somebody.
Do people record shit in mono anymore?
I do 4 times at once.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I get that, but like, I feel like our standards should be higher than that at this point. You know?
Careful not to spring the mousetrap. Oh, here we are. Welcome by our comedy friend, Blake Fortner.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Blake, you're going to be
people-
talking kind of into that dead cat looking thing.
Okay, good. As per usual. So
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep, as per usual.
I like to think Blake wrinkles his shirts before he goes out the way most people iron them.
Yeah, no, he keeps his shirts under the cushions after he does his laundry so that he can come out and
You just gotta let it air dry.
Got a stack of books
Yeah.
on top of it.
yeah, that's
really
good.
let him set in.
Yeah. Get that rivet going through the side here.
You can't let people think you're professional. You know.
Yeah, not even for a second.
No.
What are we trying to get a job
His,
here?
his passion is tie-dyeing, but he's really bad about procrastinating.
Yeah, like that shirt he was supposed to bleach 8 months ago.
Yeah, he had it tied up, and then he was like, oh shit, I need a shirt to wear. I just
That's-
gotta untie this one.
This is my Bobby Hill Dojo shirt. Okay. I like the
Dope.
shirt.
I do like that shirt.
I bought this for my girlfriend on Christmas, but it was the wrong size.
Good thing you got your back
So I
to
kept
the
it.
camera so everyone can see.
Well, I can't
Oh,
actually
but-
tell because
There's a camera?
feed is
Oh,
not
shit.
coming through. Yeah. I got this all rigged up.
I got
Put your
scooped
shirt
up.
on backwards so they know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Up. Now we're under tension.
Oh, dude, you arched that thing out, dude. You had that lumbar lordosis when you sat.
Bro, I know how to pop that thing back. It's like my grandma used to say, you know? Mesothelioma will kill you.
Hey, is that the Big Wiener podcast we're talking about?
Yeah.
I can't get in it, but
That's
All
all right. I
right.
got some to spare.
We could, yeah.
like I just want a little right here.
We'll call you an honorary big weenie.
Oh yeah, dude.
This is the Big Wiener
Making waves in
podcast.
the community, dude.
I call it the Bachelor Science Podcast. It's kind of a working title. I'm probably going to reluct to call it the Conrad Show because
That's what I call it.
that's what you call it.
Yeah, that's what I would call it.
Well, yeah. I don't know if there's another Conrad show though.
There might be a comrade show. It's probably like a leftist
Alabama-
podcast.
yeah, right. Yeah, different kind of comrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might accidentally like get that communist tip. You know, that little.
Yeah,
they'll,
but
they'll check you out by
accidentally
accident.
click on your video,
Um,
and then they hear me say I'm unemployed.
And then they see like how you're bald and they're like, oh, this guy, he's our guy.
these guys are the force of labor right now. Workforce.
Living that employed life,
Oh.
unemployed lifestyle.
Can I get one more, please?
Oh, can I get one of those too?
All right.
Rush up top.
Yeah.
You can't move the router any closer to us, can you? With the Wi-Fi?
It should be reaching the entire day.
All right.
So I don't know what the problem is.
Figured I'd ask.
It's good over there.
We should just buy an extender to bring with us.
That'd be well. How would that work?
Blake.
Hey, give me these passwords.
You got to Ethernet it in.
Yeah.
Usually.
Ethernet it.
Yeah, I have like a 30-foot Ethernet cable though, so we could just run it through the restaurant.
Really
That's not
doubling
very
down on that
cool of you.
Ethernet. 25 foot, huh? What's that? Like a quarter of the planet?
Just about
Yeah. That should go from here to
quarter of my
the
world.
kitchen.
I don't talk to very many people.
You talk. What do you mean? You're talking to so many people right now?
Yeah, actually, we've got 3 people.
Yeah, that's more than last
yeah.
time.
That's like twice as many people as are here. We're fucking killing
Oh,
it.
you got 3 people listening?
Welcome to Conrad's virtual open mic. That's what it said whenever you sat down. I don't
need
know
to
what it said
right
now.
now. You can just tab out whenever you're
Okay,
ready.
sweet, appreciate
This ain't
it.
really working.
That's it.
He
Yeah, it's
looks
you.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
Looks a little too much like me. Man.
He looks like he just came out of a group home or something.
Kinda. Yeah. That's what I feel
Cam
like
passion
sometimes.
on point. All right, so the camera works. I have no feedback on the audio. No, I can't really tell.
If
That
the
light
audio's
turns
working.
red every time I talk, and I know
I
it's
didn't know you
supposed to
worked
turn yellow.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Bet. That's fucking dope. I wonder like who changed it.
I didn't know you weren't here. I own the place. I hope the mic picked up there.
Yeah, I might have. Well, I
I
was
hope so,
thinking, I
too.
don't know, like, it wouldn't make sense to buy like a really, really fancy a really, really fancy mic to like plug into the $250 thing. No, I mean like,
This right here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
that.
that guy.
Yeah.
This is $250.
I think so,
250.
yeah.
Damn.
It's less on Facebook Marketplace, probably.
Yeah, it's got jizz on it though.
It's got what?
Jizz.
Oh, okay.
You know, those ASMR guys, they
Yeah.
love the Zoom H4.
I thought you said Jews. I was like, I can't outbid them.
No, well,
Thank you.
thank you. Well, Blake, are you still employed?
Yeah, I work across the street right there at Harps.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Harps.
Nah, fuck them.
Decent prices.
We need less business, so I have less work to do.
All right, yeah, so you sound
Yeah, you
like...
get
I don't
hourly
get paid
stuff.
on commission. Fuck their
Yeah.
sales.
What?
That's how I
You don't
feel.
upsell watermelons to people, dude?
No,
You don't believe in the product.
it is pumpkin season.
How you gonna defeat Walmart with that kind of attitude?
We're never gonna defeat them. We need to give up on that dream.
Let's quit talking about our jobs. Rob, what are you doing?
I'm trying to talk about
I'm
Sam
just,
Walton.
I'm living that unemployed lifestyle. I've been trying to embrace it more, you know. Like I got a really big low-end Bluetooth speaker. Hit it with a hammer a couple times just to be safe.
Nice.
And I just walk around on the trail all day blaring EDM music out of it.
Just blaring EDM.
Yeah,
out
just
here.
being unemployed, you know.
Yeah. Just cruising around during rush hour, blaring E EDM.
It's been nice. I've had time to like do things that I haven't had time for in a while, you know.
Do you read books?
Like looking at the wall.
Looking at the wall. One of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah, you know. It's one of those things you don't miss till you don't have time for it.
Yeah.
And then you realize how interesting the texturing on your wall is.
Have you ever thought about painting? Like construction painting.
Boom, there
There's
it
a lot
is.
of wall stuff in
Well,
there.
that's what I was thinking about. That's the thing about wall texturing, is like the more interesting it is, the worse of a job they did. You know.
Well,
That is
maybe.
true.
I don't know.
So you don't want to know. You know.
I
it's
can
not one
kind of
those
tell
things
the
you should
difference
notice.
between bad drywall and good drywall.
I can't.
Yeah, I got to do the bite.
It's the size of the splotches.
Oh.
The little ones are better. If it looks like big old gum shit stuck up on the...
I just learned to do the bite test.
You bite it?
That's how you know if it's good or
That's how
not.
you know
You
if it's
bite
good or
your
not.
wall?
I don't have that many front-facing teeth.
That's how you find if you got.
How do you get your mouth around
How you
it?
find out
Alright.
if you got dry rot.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the saltine challenge.
If it turns into clay in your mouth, that's how you know you need to replace that panel.
That's right.
Speaking of the saltine challenge, I think it's dangerous.
Oh yeah, no.
Saltine challenge?
Not nearly as dangerous as the gypsum drywall challenge, dude.
What about the Bondo challenge?
The Bondo challenge. Oh man, yeah.
You gotta
Dude.
mix it in your mouth.
Yeah, you look like you look like that one lady from The Matrix. They seal somebody's mouth shut in the Matrix.
Put Agent 1 in first.
Yep.
Moisten for 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's already starting. Yeah. Man, that'd be hardcore. I've never put a 2-part epoxy in my mouth before. That'd be
how
hot.
That's how I know an epoxy's too serious for me. If it comes with 2 ingredients. you know?
Well, do you think that's the problem with Tide Pods? Tide Pod's like a 3-part thing. They got the 2 minty parts on the edges,
Yeah, it's got 3 flavors.
and then it's got the soap.
The really delicious
This part you don't want. Yeah. Yeah, Tide Pod's kind of like the puffer fish of the commercial kingdom. You know, like you can't eat. You can only eat like 10% of it.
It's like that one chocolate.
Considered a delicacy.
It's
Yeah.
like that one
So
chocolate.
you say
in
you
the
can eat
assorted
10% of
chocolate.
Tide Pods?
I'm saying there's a good part inside of the Tide Pod.
Okay,
that
you just
you
gotta
need to have skilled artisans to be able to like cut out.
you gotta cut out the poison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And similar to puffer fish,
Okay.
like if you get just the right ratio, your mouth goes numb from the neurotoxins.
The hard part is like cutting it out without damage, like without piercing the compartment. You know. So you got to get right on the line where it separates them.
Yeah, you got to split it just so. Oh shit, Michael Lampier, what are you doing?
What's up?
Oh man, what's up, man?
I live just right around the corner. I saw you guys.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm gonna get a beer. I'll be right back.
Hell yeah. Blake, you want to scoot over? I'm gonna see if I can't widen the angle. Maybe not again.
Scoot like over which way? This way?
Yeah, maybe some technology.
Scoot back and
the
over?
past, minute and a half.
We're gonna try selfie mode.
Maybe Facebook did a software patch within the past 8 minutes, and
Well,
now we're able
Facebook
to-
Facebook does let you. Facebook will let you shoot in landscape for live. Instagram will not.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, Instagram is just really, really trying to push that 1080 by 1920 aspect ratio.
Yeah. That fucking.
It hurts to hold your phone holding your phone that way is less comfortable. For
You know the
long
reason that
periods.
they made the TV the ratio that it was is because that's how people's eyes are situated.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, you
makes
don't have
sense.
periphery
Good.
on the fucking vertical axis, dog.
Right. Otherwise, we look like flounders.
Yeah. Also, I never
my
know
dream.
how to. I never know how to frame a shot in 1080 by
You
1920.
can't. Everybody's got to sit on one side of the table like Jesus.
Yeah. Or even if I'm editing something.
All right, how about this, Rob? You
about-
sit here.
Yeah.
Let's say, do I need Copper Squad over there?
Yeah,
Can we
you
share
sit
a mic?
there.
Okay.
Rob, you sit there,
Damn, dude.
and then I'm gonna point the dongle at somebody else.
It's hard to point a dongle. They're pretty
We got
flaccid.
Mike Moreau, stop wobbling your junk in my face. All right,
My
thanks,
dongle
Mike.
points by
Don't
itself.
act like you don't like it. We got your homeboy, Michael Lampier. Hopefully he's not gonna.
Yeah, dude. We got.
No. All
We
right,
have an
so-
overabundance of mics.
No, we don't. Here, Mike, you take your mic over, or Rob, you take your mic over there.
What am I doing? I'm taking this.
Oh,
mic.
okay, we're sharing this
okay.
one.
I thought we were trading.
Yeah, no, this one's two of them.
This is the show. This is what
Well, we're at 17 minutes.
we should just
Dang.
call this
My mic stand is
podcast.
broken. I gotta go to find another one.
We
Your
just
mic stand's broken?
No, I mean this is a mic stand. It's really a phone stand. I put something that weighs 10 times more than a phone on it. That's all. All right.
There he is.
Yeah, when Conrad's not using his mic stands, he keeps his dumbbells
Look at
on
this.
them.
Look at this.
Actually, I mean, it does get piled up with shit. I basically live out of my car.
It's a rose between two thorns. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
I just got off
Alright.
work.
Hell
Where you work
yeah.
at?
City Park, just right over there on Leverett.
We're joined by Michael Lampier, employed comedian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I am.
Yep. I see you making delicious treats on your Facebook.
Yeah.
Seems like you're proud of what you do.
I do.
What's that like?
I do. Well, it's short-lived at times, but I'm always taking a lot of pride in people enjoying my food, though. Just sorry.
You're out of table.
I'm barely in the frame.
I always thought I had a face for radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
but
Hold on, I bet I know what I could do.
with the jokes, gotta start with the jokes right away. But yeah,
I don't know what we're doing. I can't, I've done like 10, 20 of these, and I can't tell segment to segment if it's good or not.
You're
right
doing
on. I
segments?
didn't even know they existed.
Well, I like
I think that's
episode to episode.
I think
You
that's
should
the
have,
case
like,
with every
segments.
podcast.
It's like, well, we had a talk, and it's like none of y'all wrote a book, right?
No,
Yeah. So
I've read books though.
I've read a couple in my day.
I haven't
Yeah.
written a book, more of a manifesto.
Yeah. If I was ever to write an autobiography, I would title it "God Hates Cooks."
Just,
I like that title.
Yeah, it's a real.
it's kind of work.
I just kind of have my own thing I'm doing, like the Unabomber.
Well, somebody has to. pick
You're
up
not
the
nearly
mantle.
as smart as the Unabomber,
Right?
Rob.
Someone,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
First of all,
Yeah,
you know,
Unabomber went
flatter
to
yourself
fucking-
much, Rob. Come
He
on.
did a lot.
Unabomber went to college. Could you scoot a little closer to him, please? Unabomber went to school, college at 17. You know.
You were educated in
You're
Eastern
s-
Oklahoma.
yeah. You've.
Well, I didn't even know that. Much. I didn't even know that much about the Unabomber. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
Conrad knows him
Well, yeah.
personally.
There's a bunch of well.
I just know he just kind of wanted people to leave him alone. Yeah, that was his
Well,
whole
he got
thing.
fucked with.
Yeah.
Honestly, all right, so Ted Bundy or whatever they wrote the fucking
my
what's
guy.
the Who's that hot guy killed a bunch of people?
It's Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
You got it
all
right. You're
all
right. You're right. You're right.
So like, yeah,
You know you're hot guys.
he was also like advanced in grade school, you know. And I think the prevailing theory, according to sites, sources I can't say right now, is that like dudes who get put in advanced classes never get the opportunity to learn and fail and talk to girls like most of the other normal people do. Like, if a lot of people think that all the school shooters are a bunch of incels, I mean, like, I don't know.
I mean,
and maybe the trans people teaching these little kids how to spit game is good.
Yeah, probably.
Hot take.
I mean, I don't know. That is
So are you
part
trying
of-
to? Yeah.
That is kind of
Spicy
how I grew
hot.
up.
Yeah, we're trying to reach out to potential serial killers. Just try to be awkward with girls instead of luring them into your van to dismember them at your convenience. You know?
Right, because
Yeah,
I mean,
you know.
like, once you, like, I remember my first van, you know, like, once you get past the first one, like, the second one is so much easier.
See, the
You
thing
know?
for me about being a serial killer is I just don't think I have the work ethic, right? You know, because, like, I understand the desire to kill some people at times, but then you got to track them down, and you got to chop them up, and you got to dispose of the body. It's a lot of after work.
Well, not
Yeah.
if you prepare correctly. I mean, you know.
How do you prepare, correct?
You dig a bunch of vertical holes.
Okay.
You say that you're mining for oil.
How do
You
dig
know?
a horizontal?
A horizontal hole?
Yeah, how do you dig a
That's
horizontal?
like a regular hole.
Like a grave is a
It's a
horizontal.
shallow
Yeah,
grave.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a very shallow grave.
Yeah, you
I
want
guess
to
they're both-
lay
yeah,
it
Dig
in.
vertically.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. You
God
wanna
damn
lay
it.
'em
It's like- it's like a
You and your
snow angel in
Ethernet,
the dirt,
Oklahoma
kinda.
education
Yeah.
trapped me.
Now, they don't really make post hole diggers that are wider than one leg.
But
I think
Yeah,
you
put 'em
can
in
just
leg
say you
first.
dig a hole. I
Like,
don't think you have to specify
the
vertical
only way you
hole.
dig a horizontal hole is if you're digging into a hill.
True.
No,
They'll
I mean
never
like a
look
vertical
there.
hole.
That's more like a
A
cave.
horizontal, like you want a hole that okay.
Vertical
It's
is-
like you want the Instagram ratio hole. You don't want the Facebook wide angle hole.
Oh, okay, you're saying you want you want a portrait, not landscape.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that way, it makes a
So just dig a deep hole.
that way on the surface,
A deep
it's
hole,
less
yeah.
of a mess.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, always dig a deep hole.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how many murderers got covered, like, uncovered,
Well,
like,
a
shallow
lot of them
graves?
don't.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like that Norm Macdonald bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
no,
also-
they just need to work.
Depending
hard.
on where you live.
That's his joke.
They're lazy.
Like, depending
Yeah,
on
that's
where
what I'm
you live,
saying. That's what I'm
too.
saying.
What's
dude.
the fun part's over? They don't
Yeah,
want to do the work.
exactly,
saying, like,
dude.
yeah, the
exactly.
difference between, like-
Exactly.
Where I grew up, you don't dig a hole, you break a hole. Like, you bring a shovel and a pickaxe out there, and you never touch the fucking shovel the entire time.
Are you allergic to caliche?
It's just northeastern.
Caliche.
Kinda
Just like that.
in parts, depending
It's
on
like
where you
it's
are
a
here,
sediment
too.
rock.
No. Yeah, like, I used to be an electrician. We'd have to, like, run ground nails.
Yeah.
And then I'd sit in the 90-degree sun pounding this steak with a sledgehammer thinking, like, why the fuck am I doing this right? Oh, because we're on a giant magnet hurtling through space.
Yeah.
And the metamorphic rock of this place mixed with the sediment in the hills has made it so that there's hard
So
shit
my
and
job
soft
is really
shit.
fucking
Yeah, this ditch digging has gotten philosophical. Yeah.
That's an eloquent way to put it.
Billions of years of evolution have led to me fucking having a bad day.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
it's all relative, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'll be like really pissed off if the Matrix theory is true. I was like, you can't come up with a better life than this for me, right? Computers were draining my body for power, you know. I think
Yeah,
I'd be.
I'd be
I think I'd be
pissed,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You planned it, and this is what
I
you
was a
gave
fucking
me.
battery, and this was supposed to be entertainment, and I'm this.
Yeah.
You could have done
Yeah.
anything.
Well, how do you know that's not the first step out, like, breaking out of the Matrix? How do
Maybe.
you know that Michael can't do a backflip?
Oh shit.
All
Well,
right.
if you ever
gotta
see me
change the
do a
camera angle for
backflip,
this
that's
one.
when you know
Right.
it's Matrix for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have done a backflip, but it was several decades ago.
Someone hit him while he was riding a scooter.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. No, I used to be smaller, then I got a lot bigger, and now I'm a little smaller.
So, like, were you ever able to, like,
Walk on my hands, do handstands all the time. I was in the gymnasium. I
Circus.
did, yeah. I wasn't always just a big fat old guy, you know. You got to use
No,
your
no, no,
imagination.
no, no. Most big fat old guys don't start that way.
Yeah,
I
they work their
know,
way up
I
to
know,
it.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I even got a picture of you back when when I had hair. Do you want to see it real quick?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Sometimes I post it on Facebook as back when I had hair, hopes, and
I
dreams.
think I might have seen this one.
Probably. It's up there.
Looks like a completely different
Look
person.
at that guy.
I feel like
Look at that guy.
showing
Look at that guy. He doesn't even see
Oh,
it
wow.
coming. Doesn't even see it coming. That's the 70s right there,
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude. That's a problem.
Those are tennis balls. Just for
Probably.
full disclosure, that's not real muscles, but
Hey.
that was my
fooled
move
me.
back then. That was my move, just to be like, then somehow I'll end up like this. Like this.
It's like the middle-aged man version of pre-transition photos.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I didn't take a lot of selfies during peak alopecia days.
You should have.
I got a couple of heaters. You know, the back of my head looking like a checkerboard, and then me being in the mirror, just like.
So it just falls out all patchy, like there's places with no hair and there's places with hair?
Yeah. It was like a chessboard on your head, and for a while
Do you ever
I
play
rocked a
anybody
mohawk.
on your head?
Huh?
You ever play anybody on your head and chest?
What do you mean? No. Actually, one of the last things I did is I went to like the darkest skin barbershop I could find in town nearby, and because I had to go to a wedding, and I had like maybe an archipelago or something going, and I was asking those
At least like
guys,
Hawaii
like,
up
can we
there.
turn this into like North America or the world map? Something intentional looking. I have to go not embarrass myself. And he couldn't do it. He'd never cut white people's hair before.
It is vastly different.
It is, yes, evidently. But it was kind of fun because like I was like the odd person out in that group, and then like one of my regulars from the vape store walked in, and I was like, "Oh shit, Mark! Wow, what are you doing here?" Like, Conrad. And then everybody kind of cooled off, and the talk centered around like the NBA.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it turned into racism, I didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Usually you have a lot to
It's,
say. It's shocking.
usually, yes.
Different types of hair. It's kind of like having like a
It's like the
lawn care
spokesperson
business
almost.
in Maine or something, and then moving to Florida. It's like it's just a whole different beast.
Yeah. I like it when you and Ron are there at Nomads because I am like no longer the oldest or the baldest person in the room anymore.
Dude, Ron is a fascinating person.
He's
I
a
could talk
fucking
about
beast.
that guy for hours, dude. So like, shout out Ron Javier, substitute teacher. I can't go into
Really?
Is he actually a
Is that
substitute
true?
teacher?
Is that true?
Well, he's
Oh,
done
sorry.
that. He's done a million different things. Like
He needs to have like a film.
it's like him and another local guy. Sorry, Ron, this is your story. But like, I've now met like 2 people in their like 60s, approaching 70, that are aging better than my parents that used to smoke crack, that saw Lake Erie on fire whenever that happened. When that was the greatest environmental disaster in U.S. history, 2 guys were so twacked out they didn't even realize that there was a great lake on fire. Yeah. And the thing about Ron is like he'll drive fucking 2 hours to come to open mic.
Yeah.
That's
about it.
bananas, dude. I hope I age that well, that I can
Yeah.
do shit like that.
How
Is that,
old is he?
like,
76.
Yeah.
76.
Damn.
Yeah.
He should be elected. Like,
He was in shape
Yeah.
too. He's like
no, he's like
fucking-
he could beat the shit out of Joe Biden, dude. Like, instantly. Dude.
Joe Biden would be terrified.
Any like
he jog
he
away.
didn't necessarily make any of the like. If you look at his shoes, you know, like on open mic nights, whenever he's like dressing up, like it smacks of like 80s drug dealer. He's got like alligator skin fucking loafers. Or like, what are those things? Sperry's, those boat shoes?
Oh,
Yeah,
He's got
Barry.
those
Yeah,
slippies
yeah.
with the fucking skin on them, and they're like 8 different colors. And
He's
it's
got
like,
that drip, bro.
No, he does.
He does.
He
He always
does.
has that little chain too.
Yeah, he walks the
Oh.
walk,
And he talks his talk.
and he talks.
When he can remember what he was saying.
That ain't nice. That man's 76 years old.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna aim like
Yeah.
I'm just
that?
saying.
I put 76-year-old Robbie over like.
I'm not gonna make it that far.
I think you
well,
might, Rob.
Oh, you might. I don't know.
That's what we all think, dude. We all think we're not going to make it, then we're stuck with this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Like, that's why.
Yeah,
Like, after my hair fell out, I
yeah.
just went into like preservation.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, no more stress. I gotta maintain
Yeah.
this baby-esque image for as long as I can, and then laugh at all my friends whose hair turns gray. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'll
you can't
look-
cover it
yeah.
up when it starts to wrinkle. You know?
No, I know. That's where the stress comes in.
You just gotta wear a mask always.
See, I have to have
And a hat.
like some facial hair, or otherwise my head just looks like a giant honeydew melon. You know, like I need like some contours.
Yeah, I
You know
know.
what I'm
like,
saying? Like I need to give it a little shape.
I
Like
thought I needed that too.
yeah,
you know,
I could like hide in the produce section,
Same.
like
You ever see those
ET
guys
style. You know,
You ever see those
amongst the
guys that,
melons.
like, they trim their beard up to like right here, and then they like it's like a fake jawline. But
Yeah.
then there's like no jaw, and it's like, dude, just either have the beard or don't. Like,
Dude,
you
there's
can't-
like exercises you can do. There's like a thing.
yeah.
You gotta bite down on shit. I've heard about
That
it.
doesn't
Joe
really-
Rogan showed me.
You gotta stick your tongue out. Yeah. Another bald guy with a fanny pack. Shout out.
It doesn't get rid of the
taking over.
It doesn't get rid of the fat though, because like you can't target fat in a specific area.
No, but you can
You can't?
exercise muscles in a certain area.
Well, yeah.
And I
But
think the
if-
drill to like make your shit more thing is like.
I think
you do
I
that,
like.
30 minutes a day.
I think
Eating
my-
pussy like a champ.
Right.
Yeah.
All the way.
I think
the whole thing.
I
If you
think
do
body
it.
wise, I have a lot more higher priorities than getting my jawline tight right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I
Yeah.
shouldn't at some point,
Yeah, you probably got.
but I got like all this to worry
Probably
about.
got
You know, and you know,
and
you know,
acronyms, A1C.
yeah. If I just went for that, they're like, man, Mike died of that heart attack, but dude, his jawline looked good in
Hey.
that coffin.
How do you feel about open casket funerals? While we're on the
Uh,
topic?
It depends how hot the person was.
Well, okay.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
That's a good
yeah,
answer, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
really good answer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it also depends how they die.
Yeah.
It's
If
true.
they
How
die in a
how
hot way.
hot the dead body is.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to clarify.
You're not gonna be seeing the live body. You're gonna be seeing the dead body.
Also
yeah,
depends
sure.
on how hot it is in the room.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how well they embalm. You know.
Yeah.
If they're one of those courses
I
that need
prefer to
like
be
a lot of
marinated.
makeup.
Similar thing. Yeah. I know. Just put them in a bag
Yeah.
and they fill it with sauce.
Just use sugar instead of ether.
And then just like feed you to wild animals.
First, like if your grandma was like shiny,
Nice.
at the thing, dude, that'd be kind of a weird.
My
Fall off
dad,
the bone.
true story, cremated and sprinkled over Muslim Mexico. He loved the deep sea fish.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My dad
Now he's
told
part
me
of
a
the deep
story
sea.
about a funeral that he went to for one of his, geezer buddies. The guy had a life, you know? And this guy had himself embalmed in his 68 Stingray and then put on display
Really?
at the funeral. He was in his car, hands on the wheel, dead fucking body, at the fucking wake. Like, if he didn't know, he could have driven away. And I
How
thought, that is the most creative thing I've ever heard.
How specific was he? Was he like, I want to be shifting into third?
Well, I didn't think to ask that
Give me
question.
pull the
Yeah,
glasses
that's,
down.
Dad hit me with that, and I was just
That's-
like, wow,
Yeah.
cool.
That's pretty elaborate. I always
That's
imagine
badass.
that Kanye West will have an elaborate funeral.
He's probably going to do some, yeah.
Yeah, like
Like, he'll be in attendance, like.
Yeah. Poor Ye.
Poor Ye.
I used to be able to like
got what
Ye.
he wanted.
I used to like Ye so much.
Brooklyn Burke, bald men are superior. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I think he's doing all right.
Bald men?
It depends on the bald man.
I guess it's skin color.
That's not what I meant.
Bald white guys, we're kind of like eating shit right now, stock-wise. Yeah, not a great time to buy. Or a great time to buy.
Yeah.
You know, actually.
Yeah,
if
it's
you look
the
at it,
best
yeah.
It's down right now.
No,
That's
if
when you buy
invest
it.
in a
buyer's
bald
market.
Yeah,
white
you gotta
guy,
buy the dip.
That's exactly right.
Buy the dip,
That's
my
exactly
man.
right, Mike.
Buyer's market of
Bald
guys.
white man, we gotta buy that dip.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta put it in your mouth. Yeah. And suck on it. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Quality
That's my
content.
contrib-
Marker.
that's my
Hold on, I'll
contribution,
sample
yeah.
that for later. Yeah.
Do you make a beat with that?
I could. I'm thinking about like. I've told everybody that I'll put a marker and then I'll edit it around that, and then I never ever do.
Yeah.
But if I were to ever like have the time and patience to go back through the archives and check out all the marketed material,
You shouldn't have mentioned it. You should have just kept doing that and not editing it. It would have been
Yeah.
funny
Just
too.
talk
I'm
about
gonna keep
editing
doing
and
it.
don't
I'm
edit.
gonna keep doing it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep telling people I edited, even though we're on live right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, or if someone says something and they're like, "Ooh, I shouldn't have said that," be like, "Oh, it's okay, I'll cut it out," and then don't.
yeah, right.
We'll cut it out.
I mean, and then what's the likelihood that anybody of consequence comes on this?
Well, that's what people
I can see
say,
it.
and then
Speaking of, we got.
Why are you trying to give me 3 chins?
Hey, what
You look
IPA do you have on tap?
you auditioned
You look
for
like the
Smallville?
Spider-Man nobody likes.
That's racist.
Yes. Wait.
I'm not sure right now. I can go check real quick.
Man,
All right, all right. If you have like Ozarks, that'll be fine.
Maybe. I'll go check. If we do, I'll bring that out to you. If not,
All right, all right. Here you go.
You guys want one?
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
take
sir.
another
Yeah.
after you like.
How you doing? How you doing? You enjoying
Yeah, I'm good,
water,
dude.
you pussy?
Oh, he doesn't have a job. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't look at him.
Yeah, well, he's doing. He's
Drinking out of a jar.
Yeah.
That's what they gave me because they could tell I'm fucking broke.
It's Arkansas chic, though.
Oh,
Nobody's
man.
broke here.
Water in a glass.
Yeah, and they handed it to me. I was like, just like at home.
My parents
I'm
had
finally-
jars, dude.
I'm finally
Mine
caught
did.
up financially, so like all men in their 50s, I'm buying a Nintendo Switch Friday. I'm pretty excited. I gotta tell you, I'm not. I know I'm supposed to be funny right now, but I'm actually very excited about it.
No. You don't have to be funny. This is
Yeah.
just, this is really just. This is. Yeah, don't burn your material on this shit.
No, I'm not burning
Yeah,
material.
we got 8 people. Wait, 3 people right now. We are.
Well, I mean, also, it's not really material.
But-
It's like 3 people.
I
But
look at
if
it
those
like a-
3 people tell 3 people, and
more
those
like-
3, right?
It's more like a development thing.
Gotcha.
It's like,
Gotcha. No, I haven't
yeah.
been using material here.
I birthed through some material. Look
Kick
at
the
the
can
photo.
in him.
Yeah.
I killed a guy.
Yeah.
Back in Nam,
Oh shit.
you can tell a lot about a person about how they pronounce Vietnam. You know.
Well, that also extends into different, words.
Yeah.
Like Obama.
Or like caramel.
Yeah. The way some people pronounce Vietnam, you can tell they're Vietnamese.
Vietnam. Or bang bam. All right.
I was waiting for someone to do
I
that.
know that might be too much right
Yeah.
there. But,
Copyright infringement flagged.
We're in Northwest Arkansas.
I've never been to Vietnam. They seem like
I ain't never been to
They
Vietnam
seem like
either.
a people who are really reluctant to being conquered.
You're telling me
As
World
most people should
Traveler
be.
Contact
Yeah.
hasn't been to Vietnam.
Somebody spilled that. It was weird. I don't know what happened. We have the shoots.
What?
We have the shoots.
All right, I'll take one, please.
This ain't bad.
Oh, I thought he was saying they had tummy problems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
this-
shits.
So
It's a
Blake,
nice beer.
Yes.
Yeah, you got. First of all, I'm a little disappointed. Like, you asked a server like what beer they got on tap, right? You can't tell you. Like, isn't that like kind of job requirement right there? You know?
Listen,
You
That
know what I
dude's
mean?
17. He's not even old enough to work here. Give
Yeah.
Cut him a break.
Okay, all right.
I
I'll
feel
be.
like if he's not old enough to drink the shit, he doesn't need to know about it.
That's true. That's true. It's always.
hiring is hard, guys.
It is hard.
Getting people to show up on time is paramount. Product knowledge is secondary to that.
I had to go back to work last night
I
because
don't even show up
someone.
on time. Look.
I had to go back to work last night because early someone picked up a shift and then called in on it. Yeah, but I got 2 free beers out of the.
Classic doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah, they're like, we can just lure Big Mike back to work if we offer him beer, and they're right. It worked. Yeah, I was there.
Man, that seems like a perk.
I made tacos.
Respect.
Yeah.
Marker. Yeah, podcast is totally like being a normal person.
I'm kind of new to podcasts. I don't like. I like Star Talk because I like that
Well,
kind of stuff.
My whole thing.
I watched
is,
the Always Sunny one because I love Always Sunny.
I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean,
That's the
Well, that's
perfect
how you
podcast.
figure out what you're doing
Yeah.
too.
well, one time I hung out with Sam Price. Shout out Sam Price. He was watching this guy Camaro on the Oprah Network. It's not his name, but
It could
he,
be.
it could be. Yeah, Camaro, and it's just a bunch of relationship problems. And he would like pause the episode.
All right, thank you, man.
chime
No
in.
problem.
And I remember being like in Wichita, like in the feed. Yeah, I might have overkicked my coverage. here.
Yeah, I think so.
Oops. I'm gonna blame that on me. Anyway. Yeah, we were watching Camaro, I don't know. It felt like a sadder version of hanging out with your friends. Like, oh, I know where that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I don't listen to podcasts anymore. I don't know. It's just like, it feels like I listen to it for like however long it is, and then after that, I just like I feel like I've been doing something, but I haven't really.
That's why you gotta do it while you do stuff.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean like thought-wise, it's like I'm focused on listening to this thing while I'm doing stuff, and then like I don't have the mental energy to like be creative or like think. It's just like I don't know. I feel like it scrambles my shit.
I mean, you don't like pause it and then make a note. And then, I mean, like I don't know. You ever call into the show? Like, hey, you suck. Thank you. Bye.
I don't know.
First time. Fuck you.
There's like one podcast I like because it's like entertaining all the way through. But like I don't know.
What is that?
It's called Red Bar Radio. I don't know.
So there's some podcasts where it's like I won't listen to the whole thing. I'll listen to different individual segments of it. Like the Adam Carolla Show news segment. Because like it's really just based on how much they can complain about whatever the problem is at hand. And if they don't get through all of the topics, they just move on.
Yeah.
And usually that's like, well, that's not even a fair barometer of anything. But I enjoy it.
Well, the thing is, the one podcast I do watch is just a guy that analyzes other podcasts.
That's
to the point where it's like comical.
fucking weird.
That's
dude.
super meta, bro. You're breaking the
well,
fifth
no, but,
wall.
like,
How do you listen to that?
Well, it's
Here he
basically.
is with a microphone.
Must
Oh,
be
got
like
this
the-
set up again.
Well, he
That
looks
Bo
for like
Burnham, like,
he looks for
inside.
like scandals and shit,
oh.
and like tries to sensational. It's like he jokingly sensationalizes nothing, and
That's
like
good.
it's like him tongue in cheek shitting on everyone's podcast, and it's fun.
Oh, that is fun.
I listen to a couple podcasts, not a lot. Not a big podcast boy.
It was a great opportunity to shit all over Cage Against the Machine.
I don't listen to that
Adam Harvin.
for obvious reasons.
Oh,
Cage Against the Machine, Adam Harvin. He has a podcast where you will drive to Fort Smith and sit in his garage, and you'll watch a
Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage
yeah,
movies.
I
It's
was
nothing but Nicolas Cage movies?
It's Cage
And
Against
I was
the
like,
Machine.
Aren't you worried you're
Cage
going to run
Against-
episodes? And he was like, no.
No.
Yeah, he invited me and someone else on one time, I think, and it never came to fruition.
Yeah, he invited me one time after a show I had in Fort Smith, and I went up there, and I was just way too drunk. And we
Yeah.
watched like the most racist Nick Cage movie of all time,
Oh no.
and it was just the worst. I tried to watch it back. It took me
So-
like 5 times to get through it. I'm like, this is terrible.
So basically, he set a trap for you.
I came
like,
off
if
with,
you're
Oh, you showed up drunk.
yeah, it
You
was
were gonna
on me.
set
It
a
was
Blake
on me.
Fortner
Yeah.
trap.
But I mean, it was like one of those where like I was like constantly moving in my chair, and I could like hear myself kind of like breathing in the mic because I was like,
Yeah.
you know,
The
you
hot
know when you
breath.
get really drunk and you just start kind of breathing.
Yeah, that hot drunk breath. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You mean struggling?
I just kept repeating the same
Whenever
shit.
you're not having fun anymore? And you just have to pee or poop or puke or fuck or...
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
has
you
this
just don't
thing
feel
where like
right.
when you
Yeah,
watch the
something's gotta
movies,
go somewhere.
if Nick Cage does a specific thing, you have to drink. So like
Oh,
the first
no.
couple minutes of podcast, I was listening to it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty funny, and then it just went
Drive an hour
downhill. Well, I had a show in Fort Smith. I was doing that Fort Smith Brewing Company, which
After the
is
show?
yeah, it was right after.
Smart. Hell yeah.
Well, it wasn't smart because after my set, I got
Shout out Chase
trashed.
Miska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing
cool
about
shows.
going like
Those
first.
are-
Yeah, they can pay like
one of
20 at a time.
Yeah, it's the most I've made on a
I
show.
think it was kind of funny. Shout out.
How much was that?
I think it was like $180 something.
Whoa.
Yeah,
We do
yeah.
20?
Yeah, I headlined one time.
Yeah.
I only did 10.
I headlined
I didn't go
one
better
time.
than 20.
I hosted one time, and then I headlined the next time. And like more than a year had passed. I don't know if it was a year.
I think it was the first show that had done that well, and I don't know if he still does. Or
Yeah,
how he
no, he's
does
like the
things.
first guy at Fort Smith to figure out how to sell $20 tickets.
So you
Well,
don't
no,
know.
I was gonna say like
It, like, damn
the
near
way-
sells
the way
out,
he
like,
had it
almost
set
every
up then
time.
was
Every
like
time.
he
Yeah, no,
just,
it's a great
I
show.
think we all split it evenly.
No.
Well, it goes
He's
by
got-
time.
He's got a system, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like per minute. He's got an Excel spreadsheet that
Oh.
will share to you.
Which is the way it should be done. You should be paid by the time you do.
Yeah, no, right. I don't do
Yeah.
that. I usually take an extra 20 for bringing all the equipment, and
Well, yeah.
and that's to quietly shame everybody else for not having anything.
Honestly, you deserve more.
Right.
Honestly.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's what he says, and I'm starting to believe it.
It wouldn't be happening if you didn't bring the stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you're the
Dude,
whole
I
reason
gotta
it's
get
going
that
on.
You're a producer and a
Covered that
performer essentially.
yesterday.
So.
But
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah. And the thing about that is like that's two different levels of stress, and the only thing I advise anybody to do is like get your own PA, get a microphone, get all the necessary cables, and get like a gang of friends, and nobody will be able to tell you that you can't do something if you can figure out how to do it at a pizza place or a bar or whatever. And yeah, I went to a gig. It was this kid. It was his first time producing a show, and
it's fucking awesome. Plug that in.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Right there. You should get like You should get like consulting producing cred for that right there. Yeah.
That one doesn't have a ground wire, Brian. All right. Anyway, that's not important unless you lick it.
You just break the third peg off if there's not a ground wire on the port.
Do what?
If there's not a ground wire on the port, you're supposed to just break that stem off, and it just plugs right in.
No, I mean like there wasn't anything. There was no ground for the thing I was plugging in.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I know. That's
don't actually do that.
No, I've done that before. I had a gig in an alleyway one time. We had one person in the audience. It was a music thing.
Yeah.
The crackhead, he was high on crack. He was fucking digging it, dude. He was loving our music, right?
Those are like the best audience members.
He was dancing. Yeah, if we had like 50 of him, it would have been great. I'd have called my mom. Like, it would have been fantastic.
We could serve crack at the shows.
Rob?
That's a felony, Rob.
Rob, I don't know what you're talking about.
Not if it's just in a bucket and they have to leave money and take the crack.
I think it's still a felony.
That's
You
a
can't
bad
have
policy.
crack.
for
You are
crack.
not a businessman.
That's a bad business model for
They
crack
have to
selling because
arrest
they're
the
just going to
bucket.
take the
You just point a
crack
camera
every
at the
time.
bucket.
Yeah, no, it's just like Halloween. You're going to leave an empty bucket.
Point a camera
I
at the
don't
bucket.
ask for money. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Or no,
you give them candy and then you hold your hand
I
out.
legit,
Yeah.
I legit had
Donation.
I legit had a weed dealer one time that he went out of town on vacation, and I like hit him up not knowing he was on vacation, and I was like, hey, can I get an eighth or whatever? And he was like,
Send me $20.
no, he was like, I'm actually on vacation right now. This was before Cash App and everything. So he was like, I'm on vacation, but there are a bunch of eights pre-packaged in my truck, and it's unlocked. Just leave $20 in the glove compartment.
That's a cool drug dealer, dude.
Yeah, that is. You should
But the
hold on
thing
to
is,
that one.
Yeah,
I
you
went-
should- You should don't fuck that guy over.
No,
Yeah.
I went
Maybe
in there.
like take a gram out of the next bag.
No, we were
yeah. Or a half gram out of every bag.
we were buddies. And so
Yeah.
I was actually gonna, I like the guy, so I was actually gonna leave the fucking money. But
What
then
kind of truck was it?
I went in. It was a GMC Sierra.
Oh, you
Oh
gotta
my
take
God.
it. You gotta take it. You gotta
Yeah.
take
And I
it.
went in
That
there.
guy's doing fine.
It was like a 1990s GMC
Yeah,
Sierra.
but what year was it?
I don't remember.
93.
But I don't know GMCs
Yeah, he was
that
2
well.
years old.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
it was like an older one. But anyway, I opened the truck and everything's gone. I have to text him and be like, hey, dude, everything's fucking gone. I'm really sorry. And he was like, oh, I'm going to find out who fucking did that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't think you are, because you didn't have any
No, there's
system
not.
of accountability.
No
There's
cameras
not
or
even
nothing?
There's no ring doorbell
No.
for weed.
It didn't even have a log sheet
You
in
put
there.
one there.
Yeah, a log sheet.
Yeah,
Asking
Something.
stoners to be more productive. than, like,
yeah,
regular
exactly.
people.
There's no
Just
log.
make sure you sign in.
Yeah, right. Hey, there's a guest book on the
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
driver's seat. And the keys are in there. Please don't steal the car.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Actually,
Dude.
the guy's lucky he didn't get his car. Anyway.
Dude, back in the
No,
day,
yeah.
I was saying, just take the truck in the week.
Yeah.
back in the day in this town, I had a friend who sold weed, and he had an arrangement once a week. He'd go up to the 4029 parking lot, and there'd be an unlocked car with money under the mat, and drop off the weed, and then take the money.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was for on-air talent.
But, yeah.
yeah.
But if it's a deal like that, those people probably have some sort of recourse if you do some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like if you have a dead drop car that you can
Yeah.
put anywhere, you could probably low jack it. You know.
Yeah. Well, and you probably also know who's picking the money up and know where to find them.
Especially now. I mean, we made it.
Dude, I'm old enough to remember when
I hate to
people
get those
still
piles.
use like unnecessary, elaborate code when they just wanted a bag of weed, right? They'd be like, "Hey, you got any of that green paint left?" Or hey, are you gonna mow your lawn today? And I'm like, motherfucker, just tell me you want to come over. I know why, right? You're not like, I know you don't want to hang, right?
That seems less suspicious. Can I come over?
Yeah, can I come? Hey, can I come by? Yeah, be like, oh, hey, you still got all that green? I don't even have
no one's
over.
gonna believe you're coming to my house for celery.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody knows I do not mow my lawn.
They know we're not. They know we're not hanging out eating ants on a log together. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the worst fucking snack
exactly.
ever. Hated that shit.
But at the same time, because like landlines, and you're also being worried about how you talk on the phone. I always had this one girl who'd just be like ridiculously, specific. Hey, can I just come over by an ant? I'd be like, click. And now no one really cares. The young people are just like, hey, I need 2 grams of wax and some mushrooms if you got them. And
media.
Do you know where I can get some Molly?
They do.
They don't care about that petty.
I know anymore.
Dude, what's really funny? There's a Tulsa comedian. I won't say his name. Shout out. He used to be a nighttime entrepreneur.
Yeah.
With the marijuana, and now because of legalization in Oklahoma, this guy sells steroids. And he fucking walks the walk, dude. He looks like The Rock. Man, he has got a neck thicker than a fucking tree trunk. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, you can't sell steroids unless you use them. That's like the one thing.
Yeah, they gotta know like what you look like.
Yeah, like no one's buying steroids from me, right? Like nobody. I'm like, hey, this is it. This will get you ripped. Trust me.
I'm saying, like, that's like.
I'm swole.
In terms of putting your money where your mouth is.
I mean, my foot's a little swollen, but I think that's my diabetes.
It's part of the sales pitch. You gotta look the part. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
Can't sell steroids doing yoga.
I actually got busted in 2009 with a good sized grow in this town. I did 10 months for it.
Damn.
I got busted with 96 pop pounds and 11 pounds of weed back in 2009.
Damn.
I got
a pretty good sized farm.
Yeah, that I did like I grew like 10 years solid in this town, so it wasn't that bad. But that was, I mean, I gave my lawyer like 12 grand to get that deal, so it wasn't like there's people I was locked up with doing a lot longer for considerably less.
Yeah. Did you give?
But here's the thing, man. Important life lesson, right? Life hack. You never want to be cheap about shoes, mattresses, or lawyers, right? You spend a lot of time on your feet. You need to take care of your feet. When you want to sleep, you want to go to bed. And when you need a lawyer, you don't want to brag about the deal you got on them. You want to. Yeah, that's like
brag about deal
that's like material adjacent, maybe, but
bald and virile and driven.
But yeah, I was a lead story on 4029 the next day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, old Big Mike.
You should put that in your credits.
Yeah.
4029.
No, that'd be.
Yeah.
I'd fucking come see it.
Yeah. And what's hilarious now what's hilarious is when here's a little prison story for you. When you get there,
prison story.
It's about it's one of those, like, it doesn't involve showers or any extreme violence. But
damn it.
Sorry, but so when you get there, it's about 30 to 45 days before like the library gets your discovery, which is all the paperwork of what you actually have been charged on. So there's people who at times have been caught, like a guy who was in prison. Unfortunately, it's sad to even say this. He was in prison because he got busted with 10 grams, and he bragged about having 10 pounds. And when the discovery, because you don't know until you get to prison, you don't know about the discovery. Yeah, it's just an inmate who processes it.
Yeah, he's learning about the legal process
so
in real time.
after mine showed, so everyone was like kind of calling bullshit on mine until my paperwork showed up, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, I like to grow weed. And I literally made commissary money. I made up manuals, wrote out manuals on how to grow weed and harvest weed properly, right? I had to break off whoever worked the office to get copies made, right? Yeah, because like literally prison is like the last bastion of the free market enterprise. Everything's for sale. You want a better pillow? It'll cost you. You want a nicer mattress? It'll cost you. You want some chewing tobacco to spend some time in someone's lower intestinal tract? It'll cost you.
You can get it.
You can get it, right? You can get it, right? Everything's for sale.
See?
And I also picked up trash.
Killing it in there.
I also picked up trash along the highway, so I sold pornography that I snuck in under the soles of my boots. $6 for the commissary for a good picture that big. You know what I'm saying?
That's a wow.
And the thing that shocked me was like, who has all this porn mag that they're throwing out the fucking window on the highway in their car, right? Who travels with their pornography, right? And then for some reason they gotta ditch it, right? For some reason they gotta ditch it, right? They're like, oh shit, like they're, I don't know,
like it's a dead body or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
Throw it out of their movie.
Yeah, man.
That could be what it is, dude. Maybe it's like a preacher.
Maybe.
My
Yeah.
wife can't catch
That's
me.
not the worst thing a preacher's been caught with.
Yeah, so one time we found almost a completely full half gallon of Grey Goose vodka, right? So and we hid it, and we took turns. You'd be the lead person in line picking up trash. You put the trash bag over your back, tip the bottle, not your head, right? And then switch off and switch off. So it's all fun at first, right? Get down to the end of the bottle, we're like, fuck you, it's my turn, motherfucker. I haven't had one, you skipped my turn. Yeah, it was like one of those beautiful moments, like when the monkeys get drunk at the resort restaurants, on the patio, and at first it's all playful, and then they're all hateful and throwing shit at each other for the last round and partially empty drinks. It was bad, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like prison though. I've noticed it.
Hot take.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. I had like whatever it was. Prison did a job because I had like no desire to go back. When I see my parole officer, I'd be all looking nice, right? Job interview or court clothes. I'd be like having my check on time because I did not want to go back. It wasn't even like I had a pretty easy time. Because, like, after I got done picking up trash, I was just a GED tutor for the rest of the time. So, like, you're kind of viewed as helpful, right? I'm kind of a big guy. So, that was nice. So, I didn't really have that much trouble. But, even without that, your whole life is under control of lifelong C- students,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And bitter ones, Yeah, they have failed to excel, and now they're going to let you know what's up. But, yeah. Yeah, there's my prison story.
Shout out to prison.
Mike.
I didn't actually think
Big Mike.
Shout out to
Marker.
prison.
Yeah. OG. The only good thing about
That's what I
being
gotta do
busted
as
for
a
growing
public
weed, the only good thing about going to jail for growing weed is you can tell people that you used to grow weed because they can't throw you in jail again for it.
Yeah.
It's already done. But yeah.
Yeah, it's different than growing meth. They can usually tell by your skin if you're keeping doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a really cheap apartment in a place I'm not willing to discuss right now, and it's a little bit too cheap. It's my show, and a little bit too cheap, cause like I had 2 consecutive not roommates but like apartment neighbors.
Yeah.
And like one of them, I made a post on Facebook. Hey, entrepreneurial friends, does meth smell like burning candy and baby shit?
yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And I was like, uh-oh. What does it mean if it doesn't go away? And they're like, that's not good.
Yeah.
All right, and then those guys moved out after a month, which meant that okay, so
Means
like
you're at the source.
All right, no, right. So like, the neighbors are cooking meth.
Yeah.
Boo hoo.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can turn my music up as loud as I want.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
They're not gonna call anybody.
No, you could probably easily kill somebody there,
That's
and you would
what
have been
I'm
fine.
yeah.
They're like they would help you dispose the body because they
yeah.
don't want the heat coming.
If they're being too loud, you just got to turn on a police siren soundbite.
So yeah, for like 4
High.
weeks, I practiced at full volume.
Nice.
And I feel bad for the illegal immigrant that lives next door to me. It's a motley crew we got in there.
Yeah.
I got the most teeth. That's how I know. No offense, Mike.
Yeah. Isn't that the saying like a cokehead will do your stash, but a meth head will spend all night helping you look for it?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard it said that like cokeheads will run away from the police and that meth heads will run towards them.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
You seen it?
No, dude, I
Watch a
saw
lot of cops.
a video where a guy he called the cops because there were he said that someone had planted surveillance cameras all over his driveway or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the cop gets there and he's just pointing to pores in the concrete. He's like, you see that right there? That's a camera. The cop's just so confused.
Dude, there was this one guy, I forget what state it was in, but he went to McDonald's and he got his food and the food was cold, so we called the police. But he had a warrant out. So when they got the rest of that, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. There's always this guy most mornings, detail cleaning his car at 5 in the morning in front of Fast Tracks. I'm always thinking meth, right?
Right.
I mean, first of all, if you're really into cleaning your car, you could probably do it at your home, not at a convenience store parking lot.
Not at,
Right?
not at the first crack of sunlight.
Yeah, you can go to the car wash. They have places for that.
Yeah, so I'll get up
wait
early,
on
walk
that,
over there,
like-
get something to drink, and I'm like, red truck. I mean, he's going. He keeps it in nice shape. Don't get me wrong, right? It looks good.
They do
So,
keep
like,
their
It looks
shit in
good.
nice
He
shape.
details the fuck out of it. But like,
I'm sure.
I work at a head shop that I love, and
The interior is probably shrinking every time.
so like we'll sell oil burners. So I'll get like a little sample size of like whoever's going to jail that week,
Yeah.
and like yeah, like it's fascinating. Every once in a while, like somebody will walk in, they're like, I need one of these. I'm like, one of these? You? And they're like, I just can't stop. And I'm like, you got good skin. Let me ask you a few questions. You have a kid? No. You got a job? Yeah. I'm like, you're playing with house chips, pimp. Have a good time. Put on some lotion, dude. You're doing great. Yeah. And then you don't see the people that you see regularly. They're actually the most fun. I used to be super bummed out about like, selling crack pipes.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to deal with tweakers. But like, they have some of the best attitudes of any people I've ever met.
Well, if you don't sell them the crack pipes, you're gonna be smoking it out of like a light bulb or something.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
So-
we find light bulbs all the
Yeah.
time along the highway when I pick up trash. That makes sense, right? I still don't understand what the need was to throw like a huge amount of pornography out of your car. Like I don't know.
That made no sense,
What's
man.
such? Yeah. What?
Maybe you came
What?
so many times while you were driving.
I don't
on
know.
meth
I don't.
that-
Just put in the back
Just
seat, right?
disappointed
Mom
yourself.
wants to meet you for lunch. I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of syringes. That's
You can't
comforting.
be in here when she's meeting me.
Yeah. That's
What
a
kind of
comforting
shoes
to know
you wearing
that.
for that job, by the way?
What?
What kind of shoes you wear for that job?
Prison shoes, a standard prison
Like a
kind
sock?
of boot. You get a boot. You get a boot. And
Okay.
if you're good enough, what you do is you stick bubble gum under each end of it, and then you put the pornography under that. Because every time we get back, you have to drop your pants, squat, and cough, and then they'll clap the boots together to see if anything comes out. But the bubble gum keeps that from happening. Yeah.
Mike, the prison
Wait,
mogul.
what?
Hey.
Oh,
So I think he's
don't-
saying that you bubble gum the sole of the boot.
On the
over-
inside, on the inside, right? Because I'm
You
sneaking.
ripped the sole of the boot
Well,
off.
it already came out for some
insole.
reason. The insole. The insole.
Oh, and then you
Yeah, that's
fold the
yeah,
pornography
the end
underneath
there.
it.
Yeah.
Gum it down
Yeah.
so it doesn't come apart when they bend
That's
it.
Yeah.
And then you
genius.
shake the shoes
Yeah,
out.
you got
Oh.
because commissary commissary. It's every 2 weeks where I
That
was
gum will
at,
stay wet.
and
You
it's
put
like
it-
the greatest day.
It's dirty
It's
in
the
there.
greatest
I know,
day
it'll
twice
peel
a
right
month
off.
when you're in prison because you get like ice cream and fried chicken. You've been eating like the worst institutional food possible, and it's like Mardi Gras.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
worst day of your life outside.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the
Life.
Scholastic
Yeah.
Book Fair.
Yeah, now I'll tell you the one.
That shit was lit back in the
The one,
day.
yeah, exactly. The one big lesson that helps me in life because of prison is, like, it doesn't matter like how bad my day is here, it's still better than the greatest day there ever. So it puts it puts a little perspective on things.
I went to jail twice. For
Same.
The longest time was like it was more than like it was probably like 28 hours. And I remember like not sleeping or eating the whole time. I remember like talking to everybody that was there, guards, sheriffs, inmates, figuring out who the most dangerous person was, giving them my socks. They're going to be in there for 3 years.
Yeah.
And dude, craziest thing that happened when I was in jail, they got this guy. He had like one person on each shoulder. He walked through. He had no nose. He had barely ears. He had like these weird goggles strapped onto him.
An Oricon.
And it looked like he had been burnt on his face. Because like it looked like, Muppet Thanos walked through with
Yeah.
just chains on everything. And then I started asking the people around there, and I figured like that I guess this guy was a pedophile, and that he like diddled like a sheriff's kid or something like that. And then the sheriff like beat his face in and lit him on fire.
Yeah.
And
Whoa.
now the guy is
Freddy
back
Krueger,
in jail, existing as a flesh-toned Muppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it seem hard for him to make some good decisions after that, right? It seems like you're just kind of setting him on a path to like more
I mean, I
destruction.
don't think those guys
Sure.
turn it around usually anyway. Like that's kind of like a I don't know.
Who's the
Game
best
on?
pedophile? I mean,
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's true,
like,
that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Michael
Like, I
Jackson.
don't think those guys.
He's the most
All right.
talented.
I don't
no,
think
that's
you can-
actually a
He's
fair
probably
argument.
the most beloved pedophile.
He's the most talented.
Yeah, most loved.
Well, I mean, like,
Well, just singing and dancing. He's
is
very
it net
talented.
positive? How
He is
what were
very
his
talented.
numbers? You know, like,
Yeah.
I worked hard.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There are certain things you can't rehabilitate.
I mean, he kept them usually
really.
below like 11 or 10. I think.
no, I mean, like, never mind. Anyway,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in prison, I also had a man tell me that he would give me a blowjob for $10 worth of commissary, because commissary is currency, right? And I told him, I think you really underestimate how much I enjoy eating.
Did you tell him deal, but I have to come on the commissary?
No, I said, no, man. 10 months with no sex, I'm good. Dude, I'm like a sex camel, right? 10 months is easy. You know, it's not enough to make me turn to get blowjobs from method. Yeah. I can go without it. Yeah.
Just use your hand. It probably
Yeah,
feels better.
yeah, you know.
You don't
Oh,
wanna-
I
you
also
don't
learned,
wanna feel that callous
one
in
more.
your
You can tell how long it's been. by
Oh, that
how
one
hunched
tooth
over
he's
he is.
scraping.
Yeah.
That's not a tooth.
It's
Yeah.
a callus.
Yeah.
The other lesson I learned was you don't want to use shampoo to jerk off with, because if it gets in your urethra, it is a bummer.
I learned that at 11.
Yeah, I learned that when I was jerking off.
Did you really? I don't know why I never learned that before. I guess I just had lotion or something.
Remember, yeah, no, shit got hard, and I was an explorer all of a sudden.
Yeah, if you're in the shower as a teenager, you're beating off.
Well,
yeah.
now,
If you're
yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Teenager?
What kind of
You
showers
got
are
like,
you
you got like
taking?
17 minutes.
You ever jerked off in the football locker room with your
Yeah.
buddy?
You already
I didn't play
got.
football.
No, our
I
shower
didn't
didn't
play
work.
football either.
Yeah.
Wrestling?
No.
Oh, you come as soon as you pin them.
Huh?
That's why they count to 3.
Dude.
So you don't make a mess thinking you off.
I always had that VHS copy of
You come as soon
Excalibur
as they pin them.
queued up to the Helen Mirren nude scene. Right? Helen Mirren 43 years ago was fucking hot, dude. Right? 1980 Helen Mirren looks good nude. I can still picture her right now.
I've actually seen old pictures, not of her
Dude,
nude,
I
just
remember
of her.
being at a
She
Yeah.
was good.
sleepover at
She
my
was good.
friend's house.
Yeah,
when I was in,
I like
like-
King Arthur, so
I don't know,
I just watched it for that.
I was probably like 10 years old, and we were like at a sleepover at my friend's house, and they were watching like a Harold and Kumar movie,
Yeah.
and everyone fell asleep before the titty part. And I remember I had like a Walkman Sony Ericsson, and I like made sure everyone was asleep, and I paused the movie on the titties. And I remember I had this picture of a TV screen with titties out on it, with like the Xbox 360 pause
Nice.
on my Walkman. I would jerk. I don't know how many times I jerked off to that same photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weird stuff you used to jerk off to a teenager is crazy.
Yeah. It
You just like
doesn't take
pause
much.
stuff, like, okay, let
Dude,
me
I
get
think
this.
I might be like one of the last generations of people to like find porn in the woods.
I hid porn in the woods.
Big Brother's
You did?
drawer.
And then I lost it. I couldn't find it when I came
No,
back
you
for
had to
it.
find other people's porn in the woods.
Dude, I remember my brother.
I just got
went
my
to-
stepdad's.
My brother was 10 years older than me, and he went into the Navy when I was like a teenager. And I remember like looking through his drawers in his room because I was a shitty, nosy brother. And I found like the mother load, dude. It was like a whole stack of porn, and I just took that shit. So I was like, he can't say anything to mom about it.
Right.
He can't be like, hey, my
Yeah.
porn went missing.
Yeah. Rob stole my porn. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
It's like ripping off a drug dealer.
It is. Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
What are you gonna tell?
No. I remember my mom actually took me to that Excalibur movie that I was talking about because I was a big King Arthur fan when I was a kid. And she was talking to the guy selling the tickets, and she's like, is it R-rated because of violence or because of sex? And he's like, well, I don't think movies should be R-rated because of sex, because sex doesn't hurt anybody. And I was like, this fucking hippie is going to screw it up for me, right? Right? This motherfucker's gonna, I just want to see the goddamn movie, man. Right? This fucking hippie is going to, like, I was like, but she took me anyways. A couple times she's like put her hand over my eyes, right? You know? But I can see, I know what's going on, but yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hippie's gonna ruin
Oh my
it.
god, I remember that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, I guess I'm like 11 and 80, and I was just so excited to see it because I wasn't even thinking about nudity. I just want to see sword swinging, and
Yeah.
right, and yeah, but it worked out anyways, thank God. But yeah, I thought that he was gonna fuck it up for me proper.
Yeah, it is funny that parents are
Pivotal
like.
moment.
It is funny that parents are like, as long as it's just violence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. You know.
As long as
yeah.
you're watching people kill
Yeah.
each other, it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't
know,
want you to
can
think
watch
about
a
doing
beheading.
something
I
with a
just don't wanna
girl.
See a straight titty.
Oh
you
no,
know?
dude! I'll tell you what pissed off my mom was like video game violence. Whenever I discovered the internet, and then would like play Halo until 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
I'd just be like howling, possibly saying the N-word. I don't know. I was 12.
Probably.
Well, Hopefully not.
Well, with your haircut, I assume it's problem.
Thankfully,
Well, it was Melodies back then, and
This is melodies.
it was boy band rap, and
It's a perfect filler word, you know.
no, I remember like she came down. Like I remember like we had like those like travel DVD cases.
yeah.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
travel
Those shits
screens
were fucking
that
hard
you'd
back
watch in
then.
the back of his. I'd figured out how to rig my Xbox onto that thing, so I'm playing on like a 7-inch screen
Yeah.
with the headset, just screaming. Then she beat the shit out of me. Anyway,
Yeah, thankfully I grew up outside of the cradle of civilization, so we didn't have the internet when I was growing up, so I could never play online.
Yeah, me neither.
And then I turned 18 and moved out, and my parents got fucking fiber optic that year.
As soon as I
Son of
moved
a
out, they
bitch.
started getting a fucking HughesNet or whatever.
It's like
Can't
they were
go
like
out.
telling the cable company not to run it out to our house. Or
I didn't.
something.
I
They
didn't
knew that
have,
bill was
I didn't
gonna
have
go up.
internet growing up
They knew.
either, but that's because it didn't exist yet.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't know about it. When I was a kid, man, like under 10, there's like 5 channels. All right, there's like ABC, Fox didn't even exist yet. ABC, CBS, NBC, and then some
we
sort
had
of
the tile.
some sort, the clicker, because you would hit it and like the channels would
thing would
physically
move.
move, like
Yeah.
click, click, click. There's always like a PBS, and there's always like a local show that show like Gilligan's Island or shit like that all the time. But
Yeah.
no. When it came to like sex ed, my parents were like really into books, right? Like, I told my dad I had a wet dream when I was like 12, and like 3 days later, there's like a book on my nightstand on the subject. Pretty sure I got busted jerking off in the living room when I was 14, and then about 4 days later, also a book on the subject. And also, my mom did say, "What you're doing was natural, honey, but like, let's just keep it to the bathroom." And I was like, yeah, I was like, cool. No,
I'm ashamed, Mom.
Yeah, there's tile, backsplash.
Yeah,
everything you need.
yeah. I guess that's like one of the things. If you have a male kid, you're just gonna walk in on him jerking
Oh,
off
yeah.
at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
My
not-
mom
it's
caught
not-
me once.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen.
Learning how to ignore that or acknowledge it, depending on how
It's-
extreme it is.
That's the worst morning ever. Like
he's
when
got
you're
a
jerking
belt
off at
around
night,
his
your mom
neck.
walks in, you got to walk out of your room the next
I'm
morning. It's just like, oh god
be right
damn.
back.
What do I say to her?
I bum a hit off of one of y'all, my thing died. I need to get a better.
Ooh. I need to get one of those that has like the shit, like it says it on it, like it's digital and it says like this % left and everything. I need to get one of those.
I got one viewer. I can't see who it is.
Better not be my mom.
These are nice because of like how sleek they are. But,
Better
like,
not be.
The life on these things is like one drop. Like you drop it once, it stops working.
Oh, I drop this motherfucker all the time. I get these big boys.
Yeah, these things are just made for crackheads, basically.
You know, I told him I worked at
Yeah,
Harps and
almost
I got an
disposable.
employee
Crackheads
discount.
are like some of the most durable and hardest on their equipment, like customers that you can possibly have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I mean by that is
Like the
they'll just keep.
OtterBox was probably made with the aid of crackheads.
What I mean by that is they'll just keep buying the same cheap thing over and over and breaking it.
Ah, yeah. Well,
They don't really upgrade.
That's not crackhead specific. That's just the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
That's broke crackheads. The rich crackheads.
Most people. What's that stat? Like, most people don't have more than $500 in their savings account.
Fuck no, they don't.
Well, of course not.
I got like negative 200.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for making us sad.
That's more average. All right.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was honest. Okay. Anyway, the first time I saw porn, it was crazy. You know, it was revolutionary. I just
buddy
found my
Zach.
stepdad's magazine.
My buddy Zach showed it to me the first time I ever saw it. He had the internet at his house. We didn't like jerk off or anything. It was more.
That just feels like so crazy to say
That was like the
nowadays.
closest thing to sex ed I got when I was a kid. Was my buddy Zach being like, "Hey, is anyone in the house?" Just pulled up Pornhub, and we just like both kind of like rubbed our chins and looked at it. You know, we were like, "Yeah, oh, that's what a vagina looks like."
Y'all get that moment with your buddies when you're
Yeah.
like 13, 14, you first watch porn.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Jesus
With your
Christ.
buddies, dude? Yeah.
Well,
like a
I didn't have
PowerPoint
internet, so I had to go to their house.
One of your
Right.
We're like, dude,
one of
check
your-
this
Yeah.
shit.
One of your friends scouts it out and then gives the others a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah. This is when the
Everybody's
blowjob
trying not to
happens.
Jerk off in a circle.
Yeah. We just watch it, you know.
Kind of like an open mic.
And
just
you're like,
kinda lean
how
against
do I
something.
watch that when I'm not with you guys?
Right.
Yeah.
Put pressure on.
Hey, so like, how long have all you guys been at it? Like, doing open mics?
Oh, my story's a little bit blurry. I probably started in like
17.
13, 14. I was a guy that had like 2.5 songs and a shitty story. And I was trying to start a band for a while. And then that got so frustrating dealing with man children that didn't have to take care of themselves. And then I got into comedy because the only person who's going to let you down is you. And that was probably like, I don't know, like 5 years ago.
Right on.
But also, like, during that time, I mean, like, I don't know, a lot of the equipment, I mean, like, I wanted to do a podcast. When I was 16, I volunteered to go to the radio station because they, you know, after I heard some guy from Japan who didn't even fucking know English, like, being a radio DJ, I'm like, yes, let me
Sounds
do that.
fucking cool, man.
Yeah, and you don't get paid. But you do get
You don't get
access
paid?
to. You don't get paid. It was a volunteer
Oh,
college
okay,
station.
okay.
And yeah, anybody could get up there so long as you showed up. And I was doing that. And that was like my first experience with the soundboard. And even though you don't get paid, you do get access to, like, they give away concert tickets every week to the 5 people listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just put your name down. And I didn't pick different. I didn't have people I wanted to see back then. I had a place that I wanted to go. It was like First Ave in Minneapolis. I just picked my favorite venue.
Yeah.
And then, like, once, twice a month, you know, drive my lime green $300 truck, pay the $5 for parking, present my ID at the door, get a free ticket at like 16, 17, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, watch the show. And I got to see like Katy Perry, like just post Cherry Chapstick, and like I got to see like Mumford and Sons before they cheated on somebody and wrote a song about it. Like, yeah, like it was
Nice.
It was cool because it was like it was almost like a George's type of venue, and it was also cool because like. Shout out St. Cloud State University, the music department. It was all CDs back then. What they do is, like, on the back of the CDs, the music department would go through and pick out the good songs and pick out the stinkers.
Yeah.
So you just circle track, load this one in, circle track, load this one in, circle track, load that one in, make a little playlist, go take a piss, you know,
Yeah.
come back. You just got done hearing this fucking person. Hope that was suitable for college radio. I've been trying to get a song on fucking college radio. It's like most of the shit sucks, honestly. Like,
I mean, that's like most.
I almost got a fake student ID, trying to go work at the university and like juice their fucking radio show. You know,
Smart.
do the same thing that I'm doing now, except with, you know, hopefully music around me. And you can physically hear people pressing the space bar and just tapping shit on their Spotify, and it's just dumb.
Yeah, and what's crazy is it totally varies, right? Up here, like at university radio,
And then you have, like,
you could just have like some cool music, and they'll switch to someone else. They'll just be like horror movie soundtracks for 2 hours, right? You know,
And then you'll get like the guys that are like adjacent to that, where it's like they have a talk show where they talk about B movies, and they've got a group that meets in a place, and it's just, I don't know. Like, being on the radio for me was always like, I don't know. I mean, it seemed like a cool thing.
Yeah. I've always kind of wanted
Do.
to get into like broadcasting or some sort.
It's
Right.
a cool thing. Yeah.
I never really.
I was always interested in that, like, sports broadcasting. I think that'd be fucking dope.
Dude, I think that, like, the job of being a commentator would be fantastic. I would struggle with names.
You have to know your shit. You have to, like,
Yeah.
you know, study.
Yeah, you have
Right.
to know about the sport. That's the
The
thing.
entire sport. I got a friend. I got a friend who, like, he can tell you every single NBA player, where they went to college.
yeah.
You know, like.
What's interesting about where I work at City Park, 2 of the owners are British, right? So like they're huge Premier Soccer League fans.
Interesting.
So we have breakfast on Saturday and Sunday because that's when it's live, right? So we feed people breakfast, like the 7 people who want to come at 7 in the morning to watch soccer in England. But yeah, I cooked food for Katy Perry one time.
Really?
Nice.
Oh yeah, when I was back when the Graduate, you know, the big hotel in the square. Back when it was the Chancellor, I was
Yeah.
I was executive chef there for 3 years, And a lot of the Walmart shareholder VIPs
Yeah.
would stay there. Carol
They would.
Burnett,
Katie
Pharrell, Robin Thicke.
Yep.
Well,
Rest
they're
in
like the
peace.
2 alive members
Blurred
of
lines.
Leonard
Wow.
Skinner, Mariah Carey. Yeah, and she is like just as horrible as you think she would be, right? She wanted this real
Yeah.
specific like
Well, you could be a
organic
diva
fruit
if you're
platter.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
You could not
Reese
be a
Witherspoon. Reese
Well, you
Witherspoon.
Sure. All right.
Yeah,
Is she a
Reese
diva?
Witherspoon. Oh, so go ahead. Sorry.
Is Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah, I cooked for her too. She
she a
just
diva?
had like a breakfast smoothie that she wanted each morning, and like she's just as nice as you think. She came down to the kitchen and thanked us.
I've heard that Rob Schneider is a diva. When I was working the sound booth at the
Grove?
at the Grove Comedy Club,
Yeah.
like he would come in, and you know, he sold out 12 shows straight. All right,
fucking
we're talking
crazy.
about like Tuesday through Sunday, 2
Yeah.
shows a day
At the Grove.
Rob fucking Schneider, yes. And this guy, in between the early and late show, he would leave to go buy groceries. And for the first 3 days, I thought that was like a euphemism.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was going to Harps, picking out the food he wanted cooked, so that by the end of the late show, he could eat that. Like,
That's not.
I mean, that's
it's crazy.
understandable.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
about
like-
to say that's not crazy.
I thought it was, well, in terms of divas, it's.
If you
I
get
pretty
thought
low
it
on
was
the list.
drugs. I thought it was drugs.
Well, that's
And
understandable.
it's
Yeah,
groceries.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, this guy's crazy. And like,
I
Bill,
understand
like,
not wanting
the-
to eat the food from
well,
the Grove.
No, the owner of the Grove explained to Rob that he bought the ingredients from the same fucking place. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, I mean, Bill, he's trying, you know?
It'd be
Yeah.
cool to be super high at Harp and see Rob Schneider shopping,
Well,
right?
it's probably just
right?
like-
You'd be like,
But
It's probably something
I
he
would
does
probably
everywhere,
follow him
'cause,
a
like,
little bit.
no,
you
he
know?
definitely does. So like,
Comedy clubs notoriously have bad food.
well, all right. So
yeah,
so
chicken strips.
Chris Titus came to town the
Not
next
good
week,
wings.
and I was asking him and telling him about the Rob thing, about how specific he is about food, and they were both on SNL together at the same time. And Chris told me, it's like, yeah, Rob, like before an episode or during practice or whatever you want, rehearsal, whatever, he'd get sushi and then he'd inspect it with like a jeweler's loop. And then like every once in a while he'd find a maggot or something. And whenever he did, he'd point it out to everybody. Look, see? Yeah.
He's like, this is why I do this.
Aha! It's like, well,
He's got a point.
Well, but if you wouldn't have noticed
If
it otherwise,
he's found maggots.
yeah,
right?
but like, you have a gallbladder, all right? I'm not telling you not to like look at the food that you're eating, but if you eat fast food, dude, you can eat bugs.
yeah, well, I
You
mean,
have
bugs aren't that bad for you.
eaten bugs.
They're good for you.
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
and
It's
if
good
you're eating
protein.
if you're eating like fast food, you don't want to inspect it.
Right.
No.
You want to eat it like in the dark.
Yeah.
Well,
We said sushi, so I assumed it wasn't
Yeah.
fast food.
But yeah,
Once the light hits it,
all right.
it's
I like the whole table loves Rob Schneider. And-
I don't-
All right, I'm just trying to give production notes.
I like Deuce
for the next
Bigelow.
guy.
yeah.
Shout out to Jamie Lissa.
I don't know.
I kind of watched it. I watched a little bit of that somewhat reality show of his about his life, and that was kind of a bummer.
He had a reality show?
Yeah, something Rob.
Being
I think it's on Netflix or some crap like that.
God.
You know. Being Bad, right? Wasn't that his sitcom? Men
Breaking
Behaving
Rob.
Badly. Men, you guys are. That's how old I am. But like a show that is really not that old.
Was he
You
a
guys
grumpy old man?
Now, Men Behaving Badly was his like sitcom. I think it was like 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. Man, I miss Ron right now. Yeah. Yeah. If I could give any advice as an older man, marry rich, right? That's what you know. Yeah.
Exactly,
I
there you
mean.
go.
It's an
You know,
option.
yeah, or make it an option. You know, scout it out. You know, you might have to trade some in physical appearance, but it beats going to work every fucking day. Yeah. I would
point.
know. I would know. Yeah, I'm still trying. Still trying. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, tell me if there's any credence to this theory or not. But like, you know, typically people who are really, really uncomfortable tend to make better art.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because everyone else is busy fucking, right?
Right. If you have your meetings, you're
we're
gonna go
alone
live.
with our dark thoughts. We have to do something with it, right? They're having a good time.
They just get to fuck it out.
Just worried about what belt to buy for their shoes tomorrow.
I'm just saying, like, all this to say, like, you know, the tremendously affordable apartment in the place that I don't want to live is an asset, like, to that, because I'm never going to want to be home.
It motivates you.
Well, yeah. And even though...
I don't want to be in this shithole forever. I gotta.
Well, right,
do
but
something.
now I've been living in this shithole for a few years.
Oh, you live in the same place?
Did.
Oh, man. I remember I came there one time.
You did.
I sprayed
One
for roaches.
time.
Yeah.
That's right. Some of those shits are still under the thing. Dude, turns out. All right. So the meth head, the guy cooking meth in the apartment across the way, wasn't the biggest fire hazard in the fucking apartment. Yeah. There was a person.
Yeah, he was on his shit because he's got to make his money,
He had
right?
to cover his. He was paying attention.
Yeah.
And like, the lady that moved in afterwards with presumably in a custody battle for hopefully not her son, and she was a hoarder. She ended up almost burning the place down.
I can see that.
I was trying to jerk off one day. Like, I woke up smelling smoke. All right, first thing I'd done years prior was disable all the smoke in my fucking apartment. So, like, and this is mid-COVID, you know? Like, the winter of 2019 or 2020. And, my nose still worked. I wake up, I smell smoke, try to jerk off. My buddy's not into it. Something's wrong, he says to me, you know? And then I just sit and wait, and I try to jerk off some more. And then eventually I hear like a frantic pounding on my door. And it's my neighbor. And she's panicking. She's like, so I open the door.
Great impression.
I grab the fire extinguisher within arm's reach from it. Ask her to let's see where it's coming from. Open your door. I've been suspicious. You've been interrupting. You know, and she opens the door, and her whole apartment is filling full of smoke. My girlfriend and I at that time had just gotten in and out of a blowout fight. Your apartment has roaches, Conrad. Your apartment. You know, and I'm like, I hope she's not alright. I open the door and I process everything in like a quarter second. There's just little Debbie snack cakes and shit sitting everywhere.
And all the roaches are scattering in
it's
every other apartment.
Just plastic wrap, like fucking sugar, this processed food just in a mound, like a beanbag chair around the whole wall of the house, and like it's filling with this black smoke. And I look to the left, and the fire is coming from the bathroom, and I open the door, and something's lit on fire next to the floor in the bathroom. I don't have time to think about that. I don't want to think about that. I just grabbed the fire extinguisher, expecting I expected like the one that shot a bunch of fog.
Yeah.
This one was more like goop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like I pretty much just like put my face down right into the fire, and then put it back down again, held my breath. And she's like sitting there like screaming. She's like, "What do we do?" And I'm like, "Well, you should probably call somebody."
I'm good on mine.
Yep.
Go inside.
And
It's
Yeah,
this is
I'm gonna
your
cat
shit.
out, Jimmy.
You can't.
well, so like all my musical instruments are now in my apartment, and she's just called the cops. I put out the fire, and I go back into my apartment, and I pack up all the drugs into one backpack, bring it down to the car, sprint back up the stairs.
Yeah.
And now it's time to like pick out my favorite instrument. And police arrive by then. I get into an argument with a guy in my living room. He's like, "We gotta get out of here." The mistake I made was not closing her door and leaving mine open.
I mean, I can
Because
take
by
the
that
card if
point,
you
like
want,
smoke was kind of like
I got pee anyway.
in my apartment.
Yeah.
So it kind of made the cop feel like I don't know. And so I get into an argument with the police officer. Like, "We gotta get out of here." I'm like, 1 second. I grab my Gretsch, put it in the case, strap 1, strap 2, strap 3. I take my cables, like all my pedals and shit, put them in that little suitcase, box it up, strap 1, strap 2. I got 2 things in a backpack.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's go. I was in a pink sweatshirt and that
Alright.
stupid blue hat. Yeah. Yeah, and then
What started the fire?
I think the kid.
Probably wasn't a candle.
I think the kid might have plugged in a hair straightener when they went to the gas station or something. There was another funny moment. Like, I live in a goofy ass apartment that's got like 2 front doors, and one of them's like just, you could tell it used to be like shitty like hotels.
Yeah.
But then it changed, and then
the standards were lowered for permanent living. Yeah.
Yep, and then so like there's one door that's just blocked off with just like a table, a bunch of shit, like a bunch of storage. There's a moment where like the cop was gonna kick my door open when I was like, "That's my unit. Don't do that." And I could have just watched him like break his leg trying to.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. There wasn't time. Yeah, no, I remember like bumping into the fireman like a year later. Like, yeah, dude, you could have got your name in the paper, dude. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Hey, so do we still have 3 steady watchers, or has we grown at all?
Oh no, we're down to nothing. Should we drop it out? Hold on. See what time we're at.
It's gotta be a while.
Oh yeah, we're at an hour and a half. I'll tell you what, gang, I wouldn't cry about wrapping this up.
We can wrap it up.
Relatively shortly.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a bunch of stories. Michael was the starter tonight. Blake was the feature. Rob, another co-host.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was happy to see I live literally just 5-minute walk around the corner, and I had already got my outdoor clothes on to go buy beer at the spirit shop.
So we try to do this every Monday.
I'll gladly do it every Monday. If you want me.
Well, right now it's limited to 4 people because that's how many microphones I can reasonably plug into my phone right now. Yep. And hopefully this edit sounds better than the last one I did yesterday. And if not, I can remix it tomorrow and release it on YouTube. You want to come do 5 minutes? What are you doing Friday night?
I work.
All right.
I work a double. The bad news is I work a double Friday and Saturday. The good news is I'm off until Friday. So 3 days off, and it doesn't happen very often. But I think I'm doing like.
Have you been to the Kava bar yet?
Yeah, remember I was there. I was there
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Remember the first 2 people you called out wasn't in the room, so I was the first guy chosen. And then everyone showed up. It was really empty, and I felt like right after my set.
Up late.
Yeah, I know.
That might have been the week. It's like shout out Brandon Devine. I asked him to like write in sidewalk chalk on campus.
Yeah.
He's like, "What date is it?" I'm like, "27th." He's like, "I wrote the 23rd." What time is it? He's like, "It's 7 to 9." He's like, "I wrote 8 to 10." Like,
but I'll be there.
Thank you.
Probably should have asked you those questions before you wrote.
No.
I'll be there.
You've seen him on stage.
No, I'll be there.
Okay,
I can be there. I'll be there this Thursday though.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, just a bit. I usually have Tuesday, Wednesday off. That's why I'm always at Nomads on Tuesday. But this week I also have Thursday, so I can do it. Man, those lights throw me off, man. Those the ones on the ceiling, they catch me right in the eyeball.
Well, that's just being on stage in general.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not really
getting interrogated, except you're just talking.
Yeah.
Especially
it's exactly like
especially like comedy clubs, like they'll have the brightest fucking.
Yeah, sometimes they'll have like lights that are designed for fucking arenas, 10 feet away from your face.
Yeah.
I've had that happen way too many times. Like
you can't see the audience at all.
And like what happens is like all these comedians that don't have any equipment or never been a roadie or don't know how any of this shit works, they'll try to get in there and be like trying to do stuff, and I love them for it. But like I did a comedy festival one year where it was like they had a spotlight that was designed to be like 50 feet away from you, and it was like 8 feet away from you. So as soon as you get on stage, you get hot.
Yeah, and it's like max radius because it's so close.
Right.
They're like, why can't I get it wide enough of a beam?
Yeah, and it's like if you're trying to like photograph the event, you can get the right light ratio, but if you can get everything in that circle, but once you dial it in, everything outside of that circle drops out because of how drastic it is. Yeah. And it turns out there's something about shooting it.
What's interesting is like after my 5 minutes, Benji came up to me and she was like, gave me the fist bump, and she's like, "That's the best set you've ever done." And I was like, "Really? That one?" Because I thought I was horribly awkward through the whole thing.
Well, that kind of speaks to like the whole authenticity thing. In the podcast I did yesterday, stand-up's kind of like going up with a plan, and then as soon as you can, throwing that shit out the window to try to connect with the people that you talk to. And like, I don't know, like everybody wants to do better on stage than they did the night before.
Yeah.
That's the thing you're.
I think that's
addicted
just
to.
like me projecting stuff, and a lot of it has to do with my anxiety. Because I swear, every time I stand there and I'm waiting to get announced by camera at Nomads, in my mind, I see myself tripping over that step onto the stage and breaking my neck, $1 Million Baby style on that stool. Yeah, every time. Because it's not a graceful gait that I walk up to that stage every Tuesday, but
That's the worst that can happen.
yeah, that is.
Yeah, well,
Nah,
I've never seen it.
Yeah, everybody will remember it.
Been a few years.
Then there was that night when the puppet was talking about my dick. That was kind of weird. Will was his puppet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for a while there, my dick was trending. Like 3 open mics in a row, someone mentioned it.
What?
I swear to God, I'm not even joking, dude. Will with his puppet, right? Even at that night at Kava Bar, AZ did right from the stage. I was starting to get worried because like I was worried they were like writing a check my dick cat cash. I like to come in low. I really like to surprise people. I don't want. My best reaction next morning was, "Hey, that wasn't too bad," and wow, you made me a really nice omelet.
Kyle Rill's mom came to an open mic one time, and
Uncle Walt.
Yeah, Uncle Walt, Kenny Crabgrass. There's a whole thing we talked about for like 5 weeks, long enough that Kyle was like, "What the fuck are we? Come on, guys."
Is that the night? That's not the night you grabbed his dick, but it was approaching on that territory.
I mean,
Because I remember that night Kyle Reel's mom was there, and I'm like, yeah, Uncle Walt will get a little friendly.
let him grab his dick.
You can't do it on stage,
Why not? Well,
cuz.
Because you're showing everyone
Just
your
'cause.
dick through
Yeah,
your pants.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
that's just poor wardrobe choice.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how he would do it. He would like.
That's
he would,
exactly
like,
why he chose it,
Yeah,
so he
he
could
would,
show
like-
his dick through it.
He would grab it like he was like grabbing a bunch of wild onions or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. That is.
Well, he would gather everything
He
together.
would, yeah. Oh, all right.
All
I get it. I get it.
I was about to say, how do you grab that
Yeah, I'll
spot?
give you that.
But then I remember the movie Holes. I'm like, okay, that's how you go.
Yeah.
He'd like knot it all into a fucking,
Yeah.
into a fucking clump and then present it to everyone.
Man. Gather it like a bunch of wild onions. I think that might be the first
Yeah,
time that
definitely wasn't
reference
there
is.
when he grabbed his
Rob,
dick.
I think that might be an original reference. I don't think
Probably.
anyone has ever referenced grabbing your dick like you gathering a bunch of wild onions.
I try to not go for idioms.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatable farm life stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I
when
make
you're
my own
scavenging
idioms.
for mushrooms and you don't find mushrooms and then you find onions instead, that's how I grabbed his dick.
He's looking for mushrooms.
Yeah.
I was
He's looking for
ref-
fungus,
I
and
was
then he
re-
just
it
grabbed
makes
the
sense.
whole
I was
bed.
referring to him like gathering everything
Yeah, I
together.
got it.
No,
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. You know when you're trying to get a real rooty rutabaga out of the ground?
You
you
grabbed
know?
it by the
Yeah.
root, that's what he
Yeah. You just go for it.
You pull it by the root.
Start at
Yeah.
the base.
Right, yeah. Gather.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
He was like making a balloon animal with it.
Check to see if I'm...
Oh my God.
All
Yeah.
right, this has been the Bachelor Science Podcast.
Place
We're
to
going to
end.
end on a high note. I'm probably going to remove this off of Facebook Live as soon as I can. As soon as I get it mixed down. And please check out my YouTube channel. It's Conrad Lensmeyer. Spell my fucking name. The whole thing. Guys, we just entertained 8 people.
Nice.
Nice.
It's like
Nice.
open mic.
Yeah, it's exactly like open mic. It's like pandemic
That's like
on the internet. It's great. Yeah.
That's like twice as many people who was into the open mic last Tuesday at Nomads. There's more people there, but like I wanted to be like, hey, like you're that comedy show, you know that, right? And then at the end, Benji laid into him, right, which was awesome.
That takes somebody. They're gonna.
I always worry about the balance, right? Because like you don't want to turn the room against it.